Hello, I'm Andy Gatcliffe, Chief Exec at Warrington Wolves, and here we are at the end of the era, end of last season for Wilderspool, and I thought it'd be a great idea to actually look back on the season, how we performed, look at the tries throughout the season, talk to some of the players for their reactions to the season, and actually then give you a sneak preview around Wilderspool, perhaps of areas that you've never seen before. Obviously when you come to a game you see a lot of on-field activity, but there are things going on behind the scenes. It'd be good to show you that. Also like to take the opportunity of showing you a sneak preview up at the Halliwell Jones Stadium, our new home for the future, where we will be based very soon for Super League 9 season.
Hi, I'm Dave Prince. I'm Education Officer here at the Wolves. My job is to do the stadium tours, which we do mainly for primary schools, but for basically any group who wants to come and do a tour. We've had preschool children right through to adults, and certainly special needs people as well. Hi, this is the Warrington dressing room. This is the home dressing room. To my left is the kit room, where all the shirts, shorts, socks, etc. are kept, and the dressing room is the hub of activity on match days, but very often very quiet before the match, hopefully not too quiet after the match. Okay, we're passing through the dressing rooms now, and on the left is the medical room, which is kept locked when not in use for obvious reasons. Moving on, we come to the showers. No baths these days, everybody has showers, and from the showers, the other side of the showers, we go through into the academy dressing rooms used by the under-18s team who play as curtain raisers to the first team on match days. Okay, as we move on out of the dressing room areas, not forgetting the referees room, most important man of the day. Without referees there won't be any matches. We're now in the Vice President's Lounge, which houses the historical photographs that have been donated to us since the fire in the old stand. The plaques commemorating the centenary of the stadium, Brian Bedden, the world record try scorer, the record attendance, silver plaque from the Russians commemorating the World Cup match between Russia and the United States, boomerang presented by the Australian tourists of '86, and the very famous President's chair, which is the only piece of furniture that survived the fire. Last but not least, we have the Warrington Borough Council crest. The brass plates at the end there commemorate the centenary of the stadium. The ground was first opened in September 1898 I should say. Brian Bedden, world record try scorer, played for Warrington for 18 years after the Second World War. He played 620 matches, scored 740 tries, plus another 56 for other teams. The record attendance at the stadium, 34,304. Match against Wigan in January 1949, and the interesting feature of the photograph also shows the straw down the side of the touchline, which was used for covering the pitch in those days to protect it from frost. The silver plate was presented to commemorate the Russian match against the United States during the 1995 World Cup. And we believe it to be the first time that the Russians played the United States in a team field sport. As far as we know, Russia's never played America at football. The boomerang was presented to us by the Australian tourists in 1986. The chair is the only piece of furniture which survived the fire in the old wooden stand when it burnt down in 1982. The Warrington Borough Council crest is interesting because it has a wolf's head on it. The wolf wasn't chosen because it was on the Warrington Borough Council crest. It was chosen simply because it began with W, same as Warrington, without realising at the time that it was quite an appropriate choice, because it was on the Warrington Council crest. And the wolf's head is the logo of the Earl of Chester and commemorates Hugh Lupus, who was the nephew of William the Conqueror. Lupus, of course, being Latin for wolf. Last but not least, we have a print of the old wooden stand prior to its burning down in the early 1980s. To finish off the tour of the stadium, this is the Sponsors Lounge, which we use on match days for sponsors, which the new stadium will cover in terms of boxes. Approximately 60 to 70 people in here on match days, enjoying a 5-course meal and having a wonderful panoramic view of the stadium, which you can see through the window here.
Hello again. Well, I hope you enjoyed your tour around Wilderspool and saw the facilities at the back of what goes on the field, and I hope you enjoyed that. But now back to what did go on the field in Super League 8. Obviously we finished the season and our time at Wilderspool with a great performance, getting into the playoffs for the first time ever. And a few words are now going to come up from Paul Cullen and our captain Lee Breers as to their thoughts on the year.
Paul Cullen, Warringtonian, former player, now coach at Warrington Wolves. Can you tell me what your enduring memory is of the last season at Wilderspool?
Well, it was a season that we had to avoid relegation at all cost, because we're simply moving to the new stadium in this year, in 2004, and the significant parts of that season were we had a draw against St Helens at Wilderspool, and then we travelled to Castleford in early August and beat Castleford at Castleford, and they're the only points that we took from the top six. The plan during the season was to take 30 points, and that was 6 points from the other 5 sides that were in the bottom 6 of the table. So once you can work all the maths out, that's how the season was planned out. And we lost 2 games against the bottom 6, and took 3 points from sides within the top 6, and we finished on 29. And that basically was the story of the season. But to come back against a side like St Helens from what was a drubbing in the early part of the season, to compete and play a great part in what was a fantastic game of rugby league, was a turning point in the season. And again, that was very similar to the victory at Castleford, where we played in that match without Lee Breers, which again was a significant turning point. When Lee broke his wrist at the end of July, many people wrote off our season. Well, Graham Appo's form to replace Lee Breers at standoff was a revelation, and he played a starring role in that big win at Castleford. So two striking memories of how the season went.
Yeah, you're on record as saying you really wanted to leave Wilderspool with dignity. Do you feel you've achieved that?
That and more. And the way that the team performed against Wakefield in the final game of the season surpassed anyone's expectation. To be fair, if I had been asked to write the scripts pre-game, I couldn't have written it better than the way it turned out. The players were superb and did justice to the thousands of fans that filled the stadium. It was very important that we left Wilderspool with a very positive memory. It was more than just about a game of rugby league. It was about the people who have paid to follow us over our entire history. Everyone has a certain memory. A lot of it are very personal, and to be fair, not a lot of it is about rugby league. People come here as a part of family life, a part of their life within the Warrington community. We are more than just a rugby league team, and this is more than just a rugby league stadium, and you'll never get a clearer view of that than what happened against Wakefield on that very day.
When you talk of personal memories, could you tell me what yours would be of Wilderspool?
Well, as a kid, it was simply watching from these terraces, and it was simply where I went at that point with my father. That was the weekend out. Close and personal memories of that time, and there are many of them. As a player, the memory that strikes most was a very controversial incident in a Wigan game, and whatever international honours and prospects I had at that time finished on that day. So that sticks in the mind for that particular reason. And as a coach, nothing will ever surpass Warrington versus Wakefield final game at Wilderspool. Again, not because of the way that we played, although that was outstanding. It was because of what it meant to so many different people.
So when you stood on the field after the match and received a wonderful ovation, you know, the adulation of the Warrington public. Exactly how did that make you feel?
The only emotion and feeling I had at that time was absolute relief, because I've never been so more as tense going into a game as that one, and for different reasons. We always speak about the positive in rugby league, but that was in reverse. It was the game that we didn't want to lose more than any we were ever played in, which is, it's reverse psychology, but it worked very well for us. You know, we were very tense. The atmosphere in the dressing room was frightening. You know, the guys were ready to play 2 or 3 weeks before we actually walked out the tunnel. You know, and it was not a case of getting guys up. It was keeping them on, keeping them down, and keeping them focused on the job at hand. You know, and it's a strong statement. We would not have been beaten by any team on that day, regardless of whether it was Wakefield, Wildcats, or anybody.
Great stuff. Just taking you back a few games into the season, could you tell us what exactly was going through your head when, in a Wigan game, somebody made an announcement about forming queues for pies at half-time?
Well, at that point, I think Wigan had just scored and the joke was wearing very, very thin, and maybe the crowd announcer won't be doing it again.
Lee Brace, club captain here at Warrington Wolves on the farewell season from Wilderspool. Could you tell us what will be your enduring memory of this season?
On a disappointing note, obviously, when I broke my arm, but better from that was the way that the boys finished the season off, and I don't think I'll ever forget the day when we beat Wakefield at home. I think that got to my grave. It was probably the best experience I'm ever going to likely to experience with the fans, and how much it meant to them and how much it meant to us. I think it was second to none.
Yeah, I know you mentioned your disappointment with your injury. Prior to that, though, you'd made massive contributions on the field. You know, how important do you think it was that we got off to a good start in the season?
I thought it was massively important, because over the last couple of years we've struggled going to Huddersfield. They're the new boys in the comp, and I thought we needed a big effort then. We took a bit of a bashing, but we got the 2 points in the end, and I thought that set us up really well for the following weeks to come.
Yeah, and what of your personal playing highlights? What would they be?
I think it was an honour to be captain, and my first full season as captain. I think it's a great honour to lead the lads, great bunch of guys, and actually I can't remember too much about the playing because it was so disappointing with my arm, but like I say, it's great leading the lads out week in, week out, and leading from the front here.
Well, you're well on your way to fitness. What would you like? What are your realistic goals for the Halliwell Jones Stadium and Super League 9?
Obviously, we want to build on what we did last year. There's no point doing this what we've done and going a step backwards. I think we've got the nucleus to build on, and we can push on from there. Obviously, going to a new stadium, which is going to be fantastic. Personally, I really want to be there for the first game. Obviously, if we can be fit enough, I think it's going to be massive. The town's going to be booming, and I think Warrington's just going to go up and up from now on.
Yeah. But back to Wilderspool, what would you say your career highlights at Wilderspool in terms of a try or an incident?
Probably when we beat Cass last year to stay up. I think that it was the start of the season for this season. If you think about it, if we've stayed up and we set our platform for this year, I thought that was a big effort from the lads when we struggled last year. Obviously, when I scored against Salford, I think when we played Salford at home, and we needed to beat them as well, and that broke the game. So that was one of my best tries I've scored. There's loads of memories. I've been here for 7 or 8 years, and just to put my finger on one, I think it'd be unfair. I think the ground's just full of memories, and just playing with Alfie and T, and I think it's just it's sentimental, and you can't forget stuff like that.
We were fortunate enough to have the last year here at Waterspool. It's been a great year for us, making the semi-finals, and we've had a great year. The fans have loved it and supported us greatly. What do you think of your year?
It's been a great year, Sid, for the team. Pretty happy with the year from on a personal level. It's such a turnaround from the year before. To be fighting relegation 2 seasons ago, and then this year to be making the playoffs. I'm very unlucky to get beaten by Wigan.
Mate, the club's been at Waterspool for so long now. There must be so many great memories. You've been here for 3 years. What are some of yours?
Some great memories, Sid. Probably too many to mention. From this season, though, I think something that always springs to mind is when you walk out on the pitch each week. Wilderspool and the fans are going mad in this end, and it's fantastic. They're chanting the boys' names and stuff. It's great. In particular, games in particular, probably the witness games. Really stick out in my mind. Very special games. Always busy. Packed crowds, and always difficult to win. And luckily, we've beaten them twice down here this year.
You played alongside some great players, Alan Langer, Sid Domick, Tawera Nico, Lee Breers, Sid Domick. What have you got to say about them? Who would you say you've enjoyed playing alongside the most?
Well, it's definitely
Sid Domick.
It's definitely not you, Sid. No, Sid, like you say, I've been lucky enough at Warrington to have played alongside some great players. Alfie, Tawera Nico I've become pretty good friends with T when he was here, and he was a great inspiration to us all. He played with a lot of injuries, and he could hardly walk after some games on a Monday morning. It was a credit to him that he kept playing for so long, and went out on a high when he finished. And it's been a privilege to play with such great players, especially yourself.
Mate, I've scored a couple of tries on at Wilderspool. It's great. The supporters get behind you, and you do get a bit of an adrenaline pump. You're a great celebrator after scoring a try. Which one would be your favourite try?
Well, I celebrate so hard because I don't score so many. So one that springs to mind this year is we played St Helens down here, and I think we had them on the rack at the time. It wasn't too far, none of mine are too far anyway. But I can't remember who played the ball. I think it was Burnsy had scattered a few, and I just took it from acting half. It was about 10 yards out. I don't know if that was 10 or 40. I can't remember. It could have been 40. About 10 yards out, and it was good because I took Kieran Cunningham over the line with me. He couldn't stop me, so that was good. And to run past the present Great Britain to score a try was really enjoyable.
Okay, mate. The supporters have been fantastic since I've been here. Anyway, you've been here for 3 years. What do you got to say about them?
So much to say about them, Sid, isn't there? They just keep getting better every year. And, the support through the whole year, we've been home or away. I've said it a few times when we've played away. It's like you're playing at home. The support's so good. And I'll never forget the last day. Walking out on the pitch. I walked out second behind Nathan Wood, and the atmosphere and the noise was just unbelievable. I'll never forget that. And, I'm sure the fans will never forget it either.
Mate, I'm looking forward to the new stadium next year. Come back with Wakefield. I'm sure I'll score a couple of tries. But what are your thoughts on that? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, absolutely. The club's going forward. The club's going in the right direction. And I drive past the stadium nearly every day. Doing one thing or another, and it just gets better and better every day. And, I went up close to it the other day. It's a magnificent sight. I'm really looking forward to playing it. As I'm sure all the lads are, and I'm sure you are. So I'm sure you're looking forward to coming back and playing against us.
Oh yeah, bloody hell.
Ossie, you've been at the club 5 years now, mate. How does this last year compare to the last 4 years?
Oh well, all the years I've enjoyed it, but this last year at Wilderspool, it just sets it all off, didn't it? Especially that last game, it was unbelievable. All the fans and that, it was great.
Yeah, it was a good way to finish. And what were your thoughts on the last game of that year?
Well, we wanted to go off in style, didn't we? And against Wakefield, we showed that, didn't we? The fans were unbelievable, and nobody left for about half an hour after the game, an hour. So it was really good, and yeah, it was a great memory. I'll take that with me.
Yeah, definitely was exciting times. And you scored 2 tries this year, one against Halifax, one against Widnes. You'd be no prize for guessing what was your favourite one.
Yeah, obviously against Widnes, we were being like a Widnes lad, but yeah, it was good feeling to get one over on him as soon as I come on as well, especially at their place. Got a bit of stick though.
It was a good celebration. Did you work on that before the game at all?
Yeah, just about. Yeah, I had a few things planned up on that.
Yeah, it did provide quite a bit of laughter in the video after the game and that. And what were your thoughts? I'm sorry, like with the club moving to the new ground next year, you looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited. Like when it was on about a few years ago. Like that was one of my aims, to be part of that new stadium and be playing in that. I'm really excited for it.
And with Paul Cullen, the new coach this year, how did you find him compared with the other coaches that you've had in your 5 years here?
Oh, well, I had Paul when I was in the 21s a few years back, but I think he's a good coach. He's honest. He'll tell you straight. And that's what I like about people. They'll tell you what you need to work on and what you're doing well and what you're not. So I think under Paul we should do well again next year.
And you played about 18 games this year. You started the year in first grade, and then you're gone, and then you come back in. How do you think that you went towards the end of the year?
Well, towards the end of the year, I thought it went well. Like to stay in for that many, like 14 games back to back, I must have been doing something right. And Paul was asking me to do things, and which I was doing. So he had no reason to drop me. So yeah, to get in that many games in the back end of the year, I thought it went well. Like.
And you played a few positions. One time there I seen you in the wing, and then you're a hooker and that.
Yeah.
You must have a favourite position.
Oh yeah, my favourite's half, but I'm just good. I just like being on the field. If it's hooker or half, I'm not really fussed. I don't fancy wing too much though. It's not me.
And you're not the biggest of blokes, but I've seen you pull the big guys down, mate. Any tips on that?
Oh well, just hit ball and all. It's just in the job description, isn't it? You got to get him.
Exactly, mate. And any personal goals for next year?
Just to be hopefully the back end of this year, I could become like a consistent first team player. I just want to be a consistent first team player all next year.
one of the highlights.
Are we on? Yeah. We just roll whenever.
Microphone up though, Sean, yeah?
Sorry. Well, I will, but that was, he just looked at me in a strange way. One of the highlights of the final season here at Wilderspool was your try. Would you care to talk us through it?
Yeah, actually I've scored 2 this year. One down here at Wilderspool and... Mate, Lance is coming in a bit.
I know, come on, we need to be ready for Lance. Why are you getting giddy? You're a professional.
Right, come on, let's go.
Do we have to ask the question again, or can
Yeah,
it?
no, ask it again, because I know what I'm talking about then. You enough?
Mark, one of the highlights of...
We're holding out here for?
Okay.
Right,
Mark, one of the highlights of the final season here at Wilderspool has been your try-scoring exploits. Could you talk us through the try you scored here at Wilderspool?
The try score here was against Huddersfield, where I've picked up the man of the match incidentally. And all it was a complete accident. They've given me the ball about 20 yards out from the try line, which I don't usually get. And I put a bit of a shimmy on, hand off, and I was away about, I think it was just,
Hey, you're doing well, man. That was really good. Shimmy and a hand off.
do it again. All right.
Not again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you edit that one?
Sean.
Stick it on with
Right.
Who's that?
Mark.
Yeah, it was try I scored.
Mark, the try you scored down here against Huddersfield, by all accounts, is one of the highlights of the final season here at Wilderspool. Could you talk us through it?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I got the man.
Got the man of the match.
Don't spoil all me words, because I was going to say it was against Huddersfield and all that.
No, I didn't say that. All right. So I'm stealing your glory on it.
No, but it's just something else to talk about, isn't it?
Just
Yeah.
give the highlight of this season.
Right.
What do you think the highlight of the season here, the last season at Wilderspool, has been for you, Mark?
I'd say the try I scored. I don't score many tries at all, but against Huddersfield here, I also picked up the man.
Sean, no. What can I do? What can I do?
Right. Right, do it again.
Yeah.
Sorry. No,
Yeah.
I'll do it now. I'm fucking about now. Come on.
Yeah. In a wonderful closing season here at Wilderspool, there have been a number of highlights. Could you talk us through yours?
Well, one of my highlights is getting the man of the match here against Huddersfield. I also scored.
We're gonna have to go back.
Whose fault was that?
Correct.
What have I done?
It is great, man.
What have I done? Oh. This is you think they're putting it on, don't you, when you see them on TV? And they can't.
Yeah, you go that way.
Yeah, I think that's what we need. Change perspective.
All right.
Yeah, I'm better as a left-hand microphone.
Well, that's my best side.
It is. I was thinking that.
Go on.
Either that or behind. Mark, in a great final season here at Wilderspool, there's been a number of highlights. Could you talk us through yours?
One of my highlights is getting the Man of the Match award against Huddersfield. I've also scored one of my very rare tries, and yeah, that just capped off a good day for me.
Well, could you describe your try in a bit more detail? I understand it was a wonderful effort.
I think it was a wonderful effort, but I don't think it was meant to happen. I've got the ball 20 yards away from their try line, which doesn't usually happen because nobody passes me the ball then. You see, me being a prop forward, they left me doing all the work up the field. So I've got the ball out about 30 yards out. Matt, who's passed it to me now?
I think it was Matt Stern, wasn't it?
It was
another
Matt Stern.
rarity.
He passed a 30-yard pass out to me. I've took it forward, shimmied a little bit, ducked under, hand off, changed the ball hand, and I'm away. I've scored the try, and just up against all the Warrington supporters here, I've given it like wow, all that, and just a good job done, really.
Well, great that you've done that in your testimonial year as well.
Yeah. And incidentally, I'm enjoying my testimonial year. I've got a lot of events coming up, and hopefully I can ask the support of all the Warrington faithful.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark. Thanks for your time. Back to testimonial work then for you, was it?
It is, yeah. I've been busy in the office just during the off-season, and I'm getting a lot of help from yourself and Gina, and Andy Gatcliffe's put in a lot of support for me, And yeah, everything's going well, so hopefully I'll get a good screw.
A good screw. And I understand Doug Hoyle's bid for your underpants.
He has bid, yeah. Well, what I did, I put it on the auction site on the Wolf website, and he's put in a bid of £2,400. Anybody interested out there? The closing day's not till next week, so he just put it in.
Yeah, there we are. That's me sacked anyway. Right, good.
DB, 2 great seasons at Wilderspool, and both of us have been lucky enough to spend the last season here. Just wonder if you've any memories of the last season that really spring to mind?
Probably no single memory, but just the fact that we made the playoffs. You know, from the year we had, before, where we just avoided relegation. To turn that around and make the playoffs was just it's going to be a good memory for me to take away from the place.
Can you try and explain to the fans how it is to walk out the out the tunnel on a great game day such as against Widnes, and the crowd, it's packed and it's a great atmosphere?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You walk out and when the place is full, the supporters are so close to you, and they're so passionate and so loud, and it just it makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck, and it just it makes you want to play. It makes you want to play a really good game. It just gets you really pumped up for it. If you're struggling for motivation, you've only got to come out in the warm-up when they start cheering your name, that sort of stuff, and you think, well, I'm going to have a good game today because you're really excited and you look forward to playing.
Been some emotional times in the changing rooms this year before the games. Any of that really spring to mind before the big games?
Well, the last game against Wakefield, when Natty Wood, he got a bit emotional there, which it took me a bit by surprise and put a smile on my face before I ran out. It probably eased the nerves a bit, I think, on a few of the fellas. But it was a good. It was a good hard year, and it was the way it should be. And with the side that we had, we always thought we could make the playoffs, and it was a good result.
The 2 games against Widnes really sprung to mind for myself. Can you throw any light on how good they were to play in?
Yeah, well, it's a big rivalry between Widnes and Warrington. I was unaware, until I got here, and then we played them last year. I think we played them 4 times up, and they beat us 4 times. So to turn that around. We beat them every time this year, and there's just there's a big hatred amongst the fans there, and which is probably understandable. But just to beat them, every time we played them, it was another good result for us.
DB, you've got a bit of a reputation of being in the right place at the right time in all walks of life. So any tries that any tries that spring to mind which should.
One game in particular was against. I'm pretty sure it was Halifax. I started on the bench, and I was about probably 20 minutes into the game, and Darb said, "You're on, mate, get ready, you're on." And he said, "Chats wants you to make an impact." So I said, "Right, I'll do my best." So I think I replaced Beast. Beast come off the back, and I'd wandered on, and just as I was spreading the ball wide, and I've just jumped in between Graham Appo and Brent Gross, and all of a sudden I found the ball in my hand, and I think I stuttered for a bit, and I didn't realise what was going on, and then I just took off, and it just opened up like the Red Sea, and I just ran through and beat 3 or 4 blokes and scored, so that was good.
A few of the boys have mentioned how good it was, the last game down here, the whole day as a whole. Anything that springs to mind in particular about the last game?
We always thought we could win the game, but I think all the guys were pretty nervous because we had to win to make the playoffs, and it was the last game, and everyone expects it because because all of those circumstances, everyone expects you to win. But it was quite tense there, and then at half time we come in, I think it was 24-0 or something like that, and then at the end of the game when we're doing a lap of honour, the crowd was cheering, and it was just a big weight off the shoulders because we made the playoffs, and we won the last game at Wilderspool, and it was just a great moment walking around the field with all the fans clapping and cheering. It was good.
Leaving this Wilderspool behind and moving to the Halliwell Jones Stadium, what's your feelings on that?
It'll be good. It's a new step forward for us. We've got to build on the performance we did this year, and I think the new stadium will help us. We'll get more supporters there. The crowds will be up, and when you go into town now, everyone all the people you bump into, they're all excited. They can't wait for it to happen, and there's new supporters coming on board, and it's going to be good for us. But we've got to keep performing well to keep the supporters here.
substitution for Halifax. Number 16, Chris Birch.
emerged this season as a real crowd favourite here at Wilderspool. What are your memories of the last season at this old stadium?
Just playing here week in and week out, playing with a great team like Graham Apple, Lee Rees, Nathan Wood, people like that, Brent Gross, and really just enjoying playing my rugby here. Like when people score like Graham Apple or myself scored one here, and going to the fans, and just they lift us that much. I'm just enjoying that really. People scoring, and especially the last game here as well.
Yeah, I know you say you've scored one try, and I'm sure there's plenty more to come. Would you like to just describe that for us?
The last try?
Your try.
Oh, my try. Yeah, it wasn't that good a try really. It was all they did. Ben Westwood drew the defence in. He just offloaded it to me and I'd overwalk line. That's all. I scored one. Well, I thought I scored one in the corner in the first half, but the referee said I got my foot in touch, so it's a sad thing, but never mind.
So I'm sure there's going to be plenty more.
Oh yeah, well I was scoring tries for, well, not for fun, but I was scoring a lot of tries in Alliance, and then if I really go at first team and not score, well, I scored one try, so it's a bit down really, but I played well, so I suppose that counts or something.
Oh, I'm sure it does, and also the fact you got a pass off Ben Westwood.
Oh yeah, well I got a pass off Benny, so yeah, it looks to pass, but sometimes obviously it takes it in, and he scored 2 tries, so I don't know, it's just giving it when he can and when he can't, so just, if he lets it go, he lets it go.
Well, thanks a lot, Dean. I'm sure you're going to score plenty of tries at the Halliwell Jones Stadium.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, I hope, like myself and all the fan base, you enjoyed the final game at Wilderspool in Super League, our home game against Wakefield, and what a game it was, what an occasion it was, what a fantastic day it was. Memories for everybody of their time at Wilderspool, and to go out on such a high with such a great win was a fabulous performance on the field by the lads, and congratulations to them. Because if we're only going to leave Wilderspool on a high, we're certainly doing that.
Same thing, you know, just you've had 2 good seasons, or 1.5 good seasons, I don't know. No, 2 good seasons there, mate. You know, the fans love you. You know, tell us about some of your fondest memories of the place.
Mate, I've enjoyed both years. Look, we had a bit of a rough year the first year I got here, as far as on the field goes, but the supporters and everyone at the club have been great to me, and I've really enjoyed playing at the place, and it'll be sad to leave. But I've got a lot of good memories. Probably the last try here against Wakefield, it tops a lot of them. But the crowd were great, and I sort of knew that I was going to score. I just had the feeling that I was going to score, so I was glad that I did get the last one. I sort of went into the game thinking it'd be good to score the last one. So it's fantastic.
From the first moment you arrived, the fans seem to have really taken to you, you know, chanting your name, and just can you try and put that into words how it feels when you've scored, or you know when you run out and the fans are chanting Super Sid, and you know, can you just try and put that into words how it feels?
Not really. But it's great, mate. Anyone would love it. Everyone says that they like me because I work so hard, but like when I'm really tired and that you hear someone chanting your name like that, it picks you up, doesn't it? And you can keep going. So the supporters have done a lot to help me out.
You scored a few tries this year, Sid. How many?
10, mate.
10. Is there any?
About 10 more than you.
Is there any in particular, you know, 1 or 2 in particular that really spring to mind as your favourites? You know, apart from the last try down here was you know, obviously a very memorable occasion, but any others?
Mate, they're all special to me. Like, I'm a bit like you. I don't score too many, so I don't mind doing a bit of a celebrate and just poking the chest out after I score. But no, I must get too many hits in the head, mate. I can't remember a lot.
Obviously you've left the club now, Sid. Have you any message for the fans or any word for the fans about how good they've been over the years, home and away games? You know, they're obviously very vocal at each game. We just wonder if you've any message to leave them with.
No, just thank you really for supporting me, and I mean football. I've really enjoyed playing out in front of them, and I'm looking forward to coming back next year. Hopefully not making them too happy next year.
Just quickly, your thoughts on the stadium, Sid. What do you think you're looking forward to playing there?
Oh, it looks fantastic. Every time I drive past, it's improved. So it'll be exciting for the club and the players. So it's great.
Mr. Bryant, please meet his son at the segregation gate. Mr. Bryant, please meet your son at the segregation gate. Thank you. Substitution for the Wolves, number 14, Mark Leeson, replaces number 9, John Black. Substitution for the Wildcats, number 25, Gallagher. pitch after the game. A number of things happened after the game will not be able to take place if we have pitch evasion. Thank you. Substitution for the Wolves number 15, Jerome Giese. substitution for the Wolves building. Bosman replaces number 17, Warren Stevens.
to thank the Warrington players for providing me with this opportunity, and I'd like to thank your good selves on behalf of the entire coaching staff, the entire playing staff of Warrington Rugby League. It's been 1 or 2 dark hours and we've come through it, and this is the dawn of the new era. Thanks very much indeed.
Abide with me, as stars eventide, shine through the gloom and point me to the skies. Heaven's morning breaks and earth's vain shadows flee. In life, in death, O Lord, abide with me. Shine through the gloom and point me to the skies. Rise through the gloom and point me to the skies. Heaven's morning breaks and earth's vain shadows flee. In life, in death, O Lord, abide with me. Thank you. God bless.
Well, Cullen, coach, and not before time neither, brought a lot of discipline down at the club, a lot of success. What has it meant to you as a Warrington player, a Warrington man through and through, to be involved in this game today down at Wilderspool?
Means an awful lot, Phil. Very, very personal, and I'm just delighted we've done justice to the Warrington players who have graced this turf over its entire history. You know, there's a lot of pressure on the performance today, and we've built all week on how we're going to play this game, but it was much more than that. This place means an awful lot to a lot of people, and you know, many people have contributed to this over the years, and every single one of them deserves a little piece of what happened today.
What are your memories as a player down at Wilderspool? Have you any fond memories, anything that stands out?
I remember not too long ago we were playing a world-class Australian side. I think it was the Cronulla Sharks that boasted some fantastic players. I remember Andrew Ettinghausen being one of the best players that's ever worn an Australian jersey, catching a ball from a kick-off that had been covered in Vaseline. And it's an absolute mystery how from a kick-off a ball was covered in Vaseline from top to bottom, from side to side, and the ball was kicked off and he dropped it. And it still remains an absolute mystery of how that ball was covered in Vaseline and why Andrew Ettinghausen, the world's best centre, dropped it in front of 10,000 people at Wilderspool. And I think there's going to be an investigation at some point, and you know, stories better be sorted.
Well, let's hope the persons involved in this brought to justice. Well, you were very, very honest as a player, and you're working alongside another person, Paul Derbyshire, who's a very honest player. You brought in Tony O'Brien, who's a no-nonsense fitness conditioner. It seems that this no-nonsense attitude and this honesty has been spread through the training regime, and now it's caused this success because players have taken this on board. Would you agree with that?
Well, I think it means an awful lot to us, Phil, and it means just as much to the players and the coaching staff as it does to the people who pay our wages, the supporters. Yeah, it is a very honest approach, but you know, these guys are working exceptionally well, and you know, we need to follow on that tradition that has been earned over a long, long time at Warrington. That it's not just about you know, playing quality rugby league. It's about giving everything you've got. You don't have to be the best player in the world to go down in folklore at Warrington. You just got to give everything you've got, and that applies to, you know, all the coaches, all the conditioners, and all the players throughout our entire history. Those who do it survive and are well regarded, and those who don't last very long.
On a personal level, it meant a lot to me to see a friend and an homegrown coach going on the lap of honour today. nobody else, he didn't want anybody else to be involved in that. What did it mean to you to be on that lap of honour? Nobody else is going to do it at the end of the year at Wilderspool. What did it mean to Paul Cullen?
Well, I feel very, very privileged, very proud that I'm the final coach to coach your side at Wilderspool. And again, it was justice. The way that we performed was justice to the players who have put so much in the past, and it could have gone awfully wrong, and it didn't, because we worked so hard at it, and that is the key to our success so far.
It says that it's looking like Wigan in the next week at the JJB. What will it mean to you to go head-to-head with Mike Gregory as a coach, fellow player who I know you've got every admiration for, and to take on this Wigan side with him at the helm?
Well, Mike Gregory deserves as much credit for the way that the atmosphere was built into this stadium with his performances here over, a 15-year career. And so does everyone that's been involved with it in the past, Phil, including your good self. It's not just about me or this team, it's about everyone who has worked so hard to get us into the situation. We could have collapsed last year, the year before that. It wasn't working well for us. It means an awful lot to a lot of people who've put so much in over the years. I'm just delighted that we've done them justice today.
New stadium, new season, Paul's at the helm. What's that going to mean to you, Paul?
It's a new self, Phil. We need to be able to bottle what we've created today and take that forward with us. It's a 14,500 seater stadium. We've had 9,500 people today inside Wilderspool. So we've got a bit of work to do. We've got to fill those seats, and we're only going to do it by giving it performances like we have done today and for the vast majority of this season. We'll be now tested against, I think, the form side going into the playoffs, and we can't wait. The JJB against Wigan is a great place to play. It means an awful lot to us to be going up against Mike Gregory and the internationals that he now has in his charge at Wigan. So, but it's a position, Phil, that we deserve to be in because of the way that we've played.
On a personal level, I'm glad it's going to be you, Paul. I think that we don't need any of these fancy Australian coaches coming over with so-called fancy methods. It just proves that we've got everything we need here to be a successful club. And we just hope that you're with us for many seasons to come and can take this club from where it is now, where you've got it is now, to the heights and just overtake the Wigans and the Bradfords of this world. All the best, Paul. Thank you very much indeed.
Cheers, Phil. We just need to keep working harder, because what we've done will suit for today, but it's not good enough to get us to a better place. So we just got to improve right across the board. Cheers, Chad.
Thank you very much.
Chad.
Phil Chadwick, I'm on the pitch after the last game, end of an era down at Wilderspool, talking to prop forward Nick Fozzard. Nick, what's it meant to you to play in this game today, end of an era down at Wilderspool?
It's meant everything to me, Chad. The last 2 years that I've had here have been the best in my career, and today, it's just epitomised the whole, support that we've had at Warrington. It's packed terraces, great atmosphere, and today's left me with some great memories.
Any memories in particular?
When we met Castleford, I think, last year to stay up, that was a great atmosphere then. And then the game after that, we had Salford on Sky, I think, and it was just a party atmosphere. They're the most partisan fans in the league, and it's just been a pleasure to perform in front of them. I'm going to miss them a lot.
And what's it been like working under hardcore players, now hardcore fitness conditioners and coaches, Paul Cullen, Paul Derbyshire and Tony O'Brien? What's it been like? How have they brought your game on?
The coaching staff here, I think, have been, it's really good. The backroom staff are great. We train very hard. The weights, the builds up strong, and they put a mental toughness into you at Warrington. I know a lot of players don't like coming and playing at places like Wilderspool, and Hull's another club. They're always tough places to come.
Yes. So, what's your feelings about the playoffs? Positive that we're going to go right through, win them?
Well, we're just going to look at Wigan at first off. I'm sure we can beat Wigan. I was delighted to know that we had Wigan and not St Helens. I think that we can, really take on Wigan. Well, I think we beat St Helens as well, but I prefer Wigan for for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, we're going to take loads of supporters with us to Wigan. We're going to make lots of noise, and I feel confident that we're going to take them on and get a good win out of that game.
Good. You'll be coming back to the new stadium as a St Helens player, playing against your old teammates, new environment, so to speak. How do you think you'll feel about that? Will you just take it as professionally do the job, or will they have some sort of, you know, will it be in the heart?
Oh, I'll be a game I'm looking forward to playing in that new stadium. I was looking forward to playing, you know, in the new stadium for Warrington, but things didn't turn out, and I've gone to St Helens. So it's going to be a good game for me when I turn up there with St Helens, and you know, it's just going to be an intimidating atmosphere to play, and it's going to be great.
Well, Nick, we're going to miss you hard running. We wish you all every success down at St Helens. We're going to miss you, and many thanks for your contribution over the last 2 seasons.
Thanks so much, Chaddy, and see you all soon.
Yeah. Is there anything finally you'd just like to say to the fans?
Yeah, just thanks for looking after us for the last 2 years with my time here at Warrington. You know, very enjoyable. It's been great playing in front of you, and take it easy one next year, won't you?
Yeah. Paul, last game, Graham. End of an era down at Wilderspool Stadium. What's it meant to you to be a part of this and to play in this last game and indeed receive the Man of the Match award?
Yeah, you know, it's always good to be part of history. You know, there was mixed emotions today. I think there's a lot of memories here. The supporters, you know, they've been sensational. Like their support here, away end here, has been unbelievable. I think it's the best in the competition. But overall, it was good to be a part of today, and especially with the win that we had. You know, it's sensational.
As an overseas player, how has it been working under players, homegrown, under coaches, Paul Cullen, Paul Derbyshire? What have they brought out of you as a player with their sort of the intensity that they had as players they brought into the coaching?
I guess with Cole giving me a shot at standoff, you know, it's a big thing for me. I played a bit as a kid, but you know, the results speak for themselves. The effect that Cole's had on the players and the club. You know, we've made the top 6, and you know, anything can happen next week, semi-finals football. But you know, I take my head off to Cole and Paul Derbyshire. You know, they've been great for the club.
They were honest players, and obviously they're honest coaches. Do you think that's made people realise that what they should do away from the club to complement the work that they do in-house, so to speak, on the field? Do you think they've become more honest in how they're conducting themselves away from the ground?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you got to keep your distance from the players. I guess, you know, you got to have that. I guess a bit of respect, you know, a bit of authority, I guess, you know, and I think Cole's got that, and Paul, you know, and you know, that you can ask for anything better.
They put in great performances against all the sides above them, top 5 sides above them. Don't need to be afraid of anybody. Are we going to win the playoffs, Graham?
Well, I'd hate to say no.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, mate. You know, like I said, semi-finals football, anything can happen. You know, we're going to be going in. Like, today's just a big confidence booster for us, the players, and you know, hopefully next week play Wigan and we can come away with a win.
And finally, what's your thoughts about moving to a new ground and to be part of the new setup? You're going to get packed houses there, fanatical crowd. What does it mean to you?
You know, it means a lot to me and the rest of the players. You know, even though we're leaving this place, you know, there's a lot of memories, but going to a new venue, it's going to be sensational.
What's your fondest memories in your 10 years at Warrington, Mark?
Mate, a few games spring to mind. Mainly my debut game against Wigan back in 1993. That springs to mind. But I think it's just more of a collection of good memories. Yeah, playing along with some great players like Paul Cullen, and having assistant coaching staff like yourself, Phil.
Thank you very much, Mark.
It's all right.
Yeah, Mark, how important would you say this game was to yourself and to the players? You know, final game, big history down at Warrington, all coming to an end today. What did it mean to players who are not Warrington born and bred, players like yourself, but have given your heart and soul to this club?
Mate, I feel like I'm a Warringtonian now. I've been here 10, 11 years, been playing here now, so I'm one of the gang down here. But you know, it feels strange leaving the place, and I've only been here 10 years. There's some diehards out here that've been here for 40, 50 years watching this team, so I can only imagine what they're thinking.
Yeah. And what's your feelings towards moving to a new club, moving to a new stadium? What do you feel about that?
It is the way forward. I know it's a sad day for the diehard fans there, but it's the way forward. It's a new place. Just the novelty of the idea of next year is going to attract a lot more people. It's going to make the town more aware of the rugby league in Warrington, and I think it's just going to be a better spectator sport for us.
We all know that Paul was a very hard player, disciplinarian. this is obviously, you know, gone into what he's put into the team effort, the training. Could you bear that out, please?
Paul is inspirational anyway. When he played here, everybody knows the blood and guts that he's showed for this team. But as well as the passion and the enthusiasm that everybody obviously already knows about, he's brought a lot of I'd say man management skills to the side. He knows how to treat people, and obviously he's the best coach that I've had since I've been here.
And that obviously bears out that we don't need some of these so-called fancy Australian coaches and methods. It's just hard work and a passion for your club.
It is. That's exactly right. I can remember a few years ago there was only one British coach in the Super League, and that was John Keir. Now half the league are made of British coaches, and that's the way forward. And also bringing the quota down is going to help a lot. Brought it down to 4, I believe, next year for the Australians. If they keep going down there until you get 0 and just get them all shipped back home.
And finally, Mark, the playoffs. You're obviously up for the playoffs. Let's hope that your ban's overturned and you can get straight in. How do you feel? We're going to win it, are we?
Well, I think we've got a very good chance. We've competed against the very high sides of the Super League this year, and we know we can do it on the day. So hopefully I will be involved. We'll get the ban reduced on appeal this Tuesday, and I want to be a part of it.
I'm now talking to Lee Briers. Lee, I know you wasn't playing today. You thought sort of, let's hope you're going to be playing in the playoffs, the forthcoming playoffs. But how do you feel about this being the last game? I know you're not from Warrington, but what did it mean to you today?
Oh, Chad, you know, I've been here for 7 years. This is like my second home. It's an awesome place, as you would have saw today, and it's going to be a wrench leaving, but it's the end of an era, and we're going to be starting a new era. So hopefully we can take all this atmosphere with us to the new stadium. It's an emotional day.
Correct. And what do you think of these fans? Do you think there's any fans in the league that are more, let's say, upbeat about their own team?
There's nobody like it, nowhere near. I'm from St Helens, and they don't even match what the pride and the emotions what Warrington fans show. And just as you see now, Jesus, it's nearly an hour after the game and still here. There's not that many of them compared to the big clubs, but Jesus, they did a lot noise in the big clubs, and they stick through thick and thin.
I've just been talking to Mark Hilton. We're on about the, let's say, the Australian coaches who've come over. We think we can't do without him, but being with a player and now coach such as Paul Cullen, and look what he's achieved. What are your views on this?
I definitely rate Cullen's the best I've ever been with. I've been under a few good ones, a few bad ones, none worse than last year's episode with Steve Anderson. Cullen's Warrington through and through, Chad, as you know, and he just breathes that into everybody. And Warrington, the old saying, it goes back to, and it's everybody says it. If you rip him through and through, if you rip him in half, he's yellow, primrose and blue straight through, like you said, like yourself, Chad. And that's what you need around the club. It's just it's an enormous lift when you've got somebody who knows what they're on about, and he knows how much it's part of being a winning side is Warrington.
Correct. And taking that with you, new stadium, that sort of intensity, yourself, players that's going to come in, it's got to be right for the forthcoming seasons. What would you say to that, Lee?
Oh, definitely. I can't wait to get back on the arse, as you might say. Next season's it's going to be terrific. New stadium, all these supporters. I think it's going to start with a bang, but we're going to enjoy this one first. It took a long time for it to get here. I've missed it, I'm gutted, but it's all part and parcel of the game, and it's brilliant for Warrington, and couldn't be more happier.
And finally, when are we going to see you on the pitch?
Next week, I think.
Next week?
I think so.
Good. Lee, thank you very much.
Cheers, Todd.
Well, I'm afraid that's the end of life at Wilderspool. The era has finished. But you know what? Life goes on. And life goes on in a bigger, better, brighter future for us at the Halliwell-Jones Stadium. So all of those memories, all of those occasions, the good days, the not so good days, those superb tries that we witnessed, particularly in the last season, wow, what a season it was. We've now got to take all that with us into the Halliwell-Jones Stadium and start all over again. Paul, Cullen, plus the team are determined to do likewise, and I'm sure we're going to show a great performance on the field, up at our new home, Halliwell Jones Stadium in Super League 9. But please, all the fans, stay on board, get on board, bring more people on board, and let's really recreate the atmosphere that we've had for so many years at Wilderspool up at our new home. Thanks everybody for all the support you've given, but please, let's keep it going. Thank you now. So here we are in our brand new stadium, very sexy, state-of-the-art stadium with hospitality boxes and lounges, a banquet conference function room, all the prime revenue earning opportunities that you need to support a sporting club. In our case, Warrington Wolves Rugby League Club. And what we want to do is continue to strengthen the squad on the field, because what we know is that the on-field performance affects the off-field activities that happen both financially and operationally. So again, so pleased to be where we are, and there's so many people to thank for getting us to this stage today, from Warrington Borough Council's undaunting support, the people, the borough-wide people community, the supporters individually, the sponsors, the businesses, the local businesses. Everybody's been on board, and without their help we wouldn't be where we are, so we're very pleased indeed, and we can't wait for the opening game now on Saturday 21st of February, Sky game, 6 o'clock kick-off, and we're very, very lucky to get Richard Caborn, Minister for Sport, to come and actually do the opening for us on that night. So thank you again to everybody for what they've done for us. The support's been unstinting, and it's now ready for payback time. Okay, so here we are at pitch side at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. Very, very pleased and very proud of the fact that we have got some rather large quality lounges for use on match days, for sponsors, for the Platinum Club, the Vice President's Club and the Directors Home and Away and their guests. We've also got hospitality boxes, so this is all very new to us and certainly very different to life, what it was like at Wilderspool. But we're particularly pleased at the fact that in the North Stand there is a disabled platform for wheelchair users, and in the East Stand there's a further 2 platforms. Again, these are high up in the stand to give wind, rain protection for the wheelchair users, and they can watch the game in a comfortable environment. However, given that we are a summer sport, there are also 111 places around the perimeter of the pitch for wheelchair users also. So the choice is theirs, it really is. Now we're particularly pleased with the fact that in the South Stand we actually have a disabled family room, whereby there's a hoist in there to actually lift somebody out of a wheelchair onto the loo facility, and there's also a bed for changing facilities, a curtain for privacy, and it's unique to Warrington Wolves and Warrington Borough community as it's the first in the sporting venue in the country. So we're very pleased with that fact. Moving into the concourses, then of course we didn't have concourses at Wilderspool, but here we have, and we have 10 large kiosks. Food and drink offerings at half time, televisions in all the concourses so the match can be rewatched, the first half, the tries, the highlights of the game, whilst you're queuing for your food and drink, while you're eating your food and drink. There's bookmaker facilities, so if you want to place a bet. So everything to cater for your needs in this sexy state-of-the-art stadium here at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. Here we are now, we're up in the North Stand looking along the seating. Directly in front of us now is the press area, the press seating, and then moving to the right, we then go to the East Stand on Winnick Road. You can see Wolfie's paw, and Wolfie, our mascot's already been in the seats and left his paw print. The windows at the back of the stand, the whole expanse of that stand is actually the banquet conference function room that's in use for people having a meal on match day and also non-match day activity. On the right hand side of the stand you then see another Wolfie's paw, and just in the top corner of that stand is the second of the raised level platform for the disabled wheelchair facility users. Again, spanning round to the right now, we're going to the South Stand, and that is the home stand for our home fans, and as you can see that holds 4,400 people, and up at the top in the middle is the TV gantry, spanning round and into the West Stand on Dalham Lane, which is for the home away supporters. Underneath all of the stands are very large concourses providing the food, drink kiosks, bookmaker facilities and all the toilet facilities. Now looking at the second floor of the North Stand from pitch side, the windows to the left, the 3 windows to the left is the Platinum Business Club. To the right of that, the next 3 windows is the Vice President's Lounge for match day. Continuing to the right, you then see the hospitality boxes. There are 9 hospitality boxes, and they've all been taken by local businesses within Warrington. Further on to that, the next 3 windows is the Directors Home and Away and Guest Lounge for match days, and the final 3 windows is the Sponsors Lounge. That's for the businesses that sponsor the match day entertainment. We're now in the South Stand, and this is one of the concourses beneath the terracing in the south stand. This is the home stand for the home fans for Warrington Wolves. And we're now looking at the turnstiles. So at every end of every stand there are turnstiles for in and out. And then to the left hand side you can see as we're starting to span around, then there are the toilet facilities on either side of the concourse, ladies, male and disabled. The disabled family room, very important room, moving in into the kiosks, food kiosks, drink kiosks. As we continue to span round, showing the other half of the concourse, again repeat facilities, food and drink kiosks, male toilets, disabled and ladies toilets, and again turnstiles down at the far end. Okay, here we are in the Warrington Wolves home dressing rooms. As you can see, the benches and lockers for the individual players, hanging area for their jackets and clothes, and coming around into the showers. Obviously the primrose with good tiles, 13 shower facilities for the first team, and then sweeping around again, and then more seating, more hanging area, through to a room which will be for physios, for anybody who needs any rehab on match day.
Doug Hoyle, Chairman of Warrington Wolves. All of you watched this tape have seen the past with our glorious history at Wilderspool. Now we can see our future, the Allowell Jones Stadium, and I believe it's going to be a very bright future indeed. May I thank all of you for buying the tape, for watching it. I hope you enjoy it just as much as we enjoyed making it. All with all our very best wishes for everyone at the club.